listen
Coming
to
right up on
Church,
starting
I listen
line.
to Sinach, I listen to down to Nigerian artists. I listen to being good with words, being able to put words together, and those words coming out in a way that they can transform a person's life or a person's thinking, then that means you have a superpower. Not for the fame, not for the attention or anything. It's just out of the desire to create something unique.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Starting Line by Streamdorm. And what Starting Line is all about is just a show where we talk to people that are up and coming, that are on the ground. We try to get their perspective on their journey through whatever career it is they are doing, whether it's music, whether it's arts or film, or just anything that is all about creating. So today I have a gospel artist who is also my friend. It goes by the name Diminu. So Dimimu rather. So we're going to talk to him. We're going to have to get those clarity about what he does, what the song is all about, his journey through music, and try to get his own perspective. And he's going to give us his own story. Then we can learn it to a thing or two. Then try to understand what this journey is, or how it is to be a gospel musician here in Nigeria. So join me as he comes to the stage right now. So, Dimimu,
Good afternoon.
would you like to just give a quick background on who you are, what your songs are about, and what exactly it is that you do?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Okunola Ogooluwa Peter, and I'm born and brought up in Lagos, uh, actually from Ogun State by origin. And yeah, currently a final year student of of Yaba Tech, studying computer science. And music is just like one of the many things that I do. And I do music because I love music. And okay, I do gospel music because, of course, I love God. Yeah, that is it. And basically, it is not for not for the fame, not for the attention or anything. It's just out of the desire to create something unique, something different, that different sounds. So if you've heard some of my songs, you'd see that the patterns are not the same. Like it's not static. Like for example, the how do I explain this? Like it is not the pattern is not strict. That's what I mean by that. Though it is gospel music, but it is not a strict pattern. So it is just being creative about it. Yes. So um, that's basically uh, a brief info about it.
So, for those that are just joining, he is kind of my classmate. We both went to the same school, and now I'm into media and is into music. And surprisingly, I've always been interested in kind of understanding why anyone would choose music, and not just in the case where he's just doing music alone. He's doing gospel music, and like I said, he said it's not for the fame, and also I'm still like wondering because first off, I've spoken to a lot of people that are into music, that are coming into music, and many of them are serious with it, even though it's not what they are doing mainly. Like they see it as a way, a form of escapism, or just something that they're still going to go through one day, and having to perform from place to place. Even the gospel artists that I've interviewed, they're always thinking about the next year or the next few months, who's going to invite them to their particular church or their particular show to go and do invites to do those singing and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that the first question I'd like to know, for you, have you gotten to a stage where you are performing outside your church or just outside your fellowship? Have you got to that
Yes,
stage?
yes, of course.
So okay, so the question is basically being what you said or what you said, is this something that you are chasing? Okay, come and interview, come and invite me to your church or come and invite me to your event or stuff like that. Is this something that you are chasing, or is just that okay, if someone calls me, then no problem, I'm not going to say no, or it's just like okay, this is something that I would do, then would I charge for it or will I not charge for it? Is that your own corner? Is that something for you?
Well, for me, well, invites isn't something that we that I okay. I mean, I think I'm just going to personalize it. That I like prioritize or carry on my head because it is. Yeah, I'm a very shy person and I'm introverted to the core. So, so I don't even have problem with the issue of not getting invites. But of course, I've been invited a few times to uh, even to a place outside Lagos, and I was invited to come and offer training actually the to the church choir, train them on singing and stuff like that. Yeah. So of course, invitations are always welcome. I take invites, but if they don't come, I'm still fine because it is that's not the reason why I'm doing music. I'm doing music because I love music and I just love music.
First of all, I would like to say, I will ask because you are saying that you are shy, and I believe that in terms of music, it's still going to have to be you're going to have to perform in front of someone. And I've seen a lot of people claim that they are introverted one way or the other, but I would be like, if you are doing music, like for instance, even myself, I have a form of being like introvert. I don't want to always go out. I'm always at the house. So I just
Yeah.
really like take like let's say want to go out, let me go out to the cinema probably once a month or probably to one
Okay.
event once a month or stuff like that. It just be like that's why I'm going out. But it's still something that I'm still building for myself because I know that at the end of the day, this thing is going to lead me to be in front of people because this is the life I choose for myself. So for someone who said that they're into music and they say that okay they are introverted, I feel that there's a contradiction because one day you are going to have to perform in front of people, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 200, whether it's a million. You're still going to have to do that one day. So you saying that you are introverted, I feel that there's a clash because it's still music and as performing is still part of what you're doing.
Well, yeah. The being an introvert doesn't like say it doesn't disrupt the fact that I have to like stand in front of people and perform. Of course, like I said, I've attended meetings where I have to like be on the stage and all of that. And yes, I'm introverted, but that part of me means that whether I'm whether the spotlight is on me or not, I'm fine. That's just what I mean by that when I said I'm introverted, and so going out or being invited all over the place is not it's not my main or not my all I say now. It's not a priority. Yeah, it's not a priority of what I do. It's not my priority
Okay,
right now.
okay. Let's go back to the origin. Um, not everyone know, but I think I'm able to. know you to the point where you discussed about your family, how you grew up with a family of pastors. I think you say your dad or your mom is a pastor.
Yeah,
So you have that in you. So and I still feel that there are a lot of musicians, a lot of our musicians end up being either they are from that home or they are being trained from small, whether they are doing what do you call this thing? Um working in being part of the choir. So it's just like they take that skill and they end up singing. But it's not every single person that choose gospel. But for you, you say, okay, from a pastor home, then I'm going to have to end up singing gospel. But I would like to know how that your how your journey or how being brought up led to you being saying that okay, at the end of the day is gospel music I would like to sing, and I've heard your catalog. So what's that story behind you choosing that okay, it's gospel music I would love to go into at the end of the day? Because it could be anything.
okay, so there's something about songwriting, and songwriting is a very, very unique skill. And if there's anyone who has the gift of songwriting, then the person is supposed to know that he has a purpose or he has a call. Because being good with words, being able to put words together, and those words coming out in a way that they can transform a person's life or a person's thinking, then that means you have a superpower. Yeah, it is a superpower. So I'm just going to go straight to the point. You see, of course, just like you said, I grew up in a Christian home, and I've been going to church since like forever. I can count the amount of Sundays I missed. So yeah, I technically live in church actually. Yeah. So that being said, also I've gone through musical trainings and yeah, attended musical classes, and in classes we have um, where we learn to play musical instruments and all of that. So all of these skills just come together, and it was just like the eye opener for me. At a point when I actually, let me even go back a bit. I actually started writing songs since I was in secondary school. I started writing songs since I was in secondary school, and the songs I wrote then uh, were like choruses, just like four lines and all that. So those songs were just simple, very simple songs. And if I check some of my notes, I may be able to find some of them. Yeah. So uh, along the line of doing this, after secondary school, I got the opportunity to enroll in a free music school, where in a few music school where I got to learn to play the keyboard, which was which is one of the instruments that I love to now, the piano. So I was taught to learn to play, and in the process of that, it is a Christian body actually, Beyond Music Network. It's a Christian body. So at the midst of teaching us to play the musical instruments and teaching us music, we have sessions that is dedicated for teaching us gospel, teaching us to know Christ, and teaching us to use our gifts in the right way, using it for God and all of that. Yeah. So we were taught the scriptures, uh, we were exposed to the word. That we were exposed to the word, and all of a sudden, I just started having this strong desire to just want to know the person of God, the person of Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And in the process of all of this, I went to meet my teacher, my mentor, and I told him about this, that I have these gifts of singing and songwriting. and I want to know God. So every time I want to try to like express myself or pray, sometimes I just find myself writing some songs that, uh, and those songs are just adoring Him, just adoring His name, or talking about His personality, yeah, and all of that, and the kind of person, the kind of God He is. So this kind of uh, this kind of gift, this kind of talent is very rare. It is very rare, and is anyone who is opportune to be gifted this way, I think should know that there is a calling upon you to transform lives. There are so many songwriters that just write about things that are random, and they don't know that there is an influence. There is a kind of spirit that follow even the random things you do. So everything is inspired by spirit. Everything is inspired by something. So if it is not your drink, not your alcohol that is inspiring you, or not your cigarette, there is something around you that is inspiring you to write whatever it is you write. So that's just basically that. What inspires me to write is God. God inspires me to write.
Okay. I think
So that's my journey.
yeah. For me, I had like well, as you're saying, use your stories. I'm reminded of me myself growing up. I think in a way I had this like as music writing stuff where I just kind of mix words together and I try to write them. But the issue I had is
Okay.
that after a few moments of just writing those things, then I forget the reading, I forget what exactly this is, how the song is
Oh
supposed to
yeah.
be, and I create another thing entirely. After a while, I just stop that. Then I think over time, because it's not something that I do frequently, I ended up just forgetting how to do so, and it just became me moving from one thing to another, and somehow I found myself in media. And the reason was that I think I mentioned this yesterday when we were discussing. I had like kind of something some of my things were stolen, then I had to do something else, and I ended up doing media. So I think for a lot of people, it's they've had this skill, they're in the right position. They choose let's say they're brought up in a Christian home where they are learning an instrument, or they in choir, or it's something they do, then they end up choosing music. But some people, it's just something different, and you end up choosing music, and it's something that you've been releasing some songs. A question that I would love to ask is that some of these your songs, are they produced by you, or do you have to go and go far to go and learn how to do music production, or or you just decide that let me reach out to someone who does music production, then the person is going to help me to produce your song. Tell me about the story of that, whether it's the first song you produced or the first song that ended up making.
Okay. So about that, I have my teacher, my mentor is the one who produces for me. But he has produced, I think, two of my songs, just two of my songs. Reason being that, of course, we all know how music production is, and producers are usually busy and all of that. And uh, and the kind of person I am, sorry, excuse me, I do not like to bother people, and I am this kind of very busy person that if I want to do something, I just want to do it the moment I am like led to do it. So I need to just drop it very fast, very fast. So I had to start recording and producing myself, even though the sounds is not usually as perfect as a professional producer would, as a professional would do it. So of course I have someone who produces, but for now, I've produced most of my songs. Most of my songs I've produced them. And I started. I started. How many years is that? I started a few years back, though, actually, and the journey has not been very convenient, to be honest, because I do not have all the instruments that is needed, all the professional instruments that is needed to deliver a good production or a perfect production. I do not have them. So uh, things like a recorder phase, the application itself. Yeah, I think I have the application in my system. But when I just started, I was using my phone. When I started producing, I was using my phone, and I remember the first the first set of songs I produced. Oh my god, I could hear noise in the background. I mean, yeah, I could hear noise in the background. And it was, I was still excited about it because at least the sound got to go out and I got to listen to them over. I even still get to listen to them. Yeah. So I produce most of my songs and I am still learning music production too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's actually nice. Because I don't think there are a lot of people that actually can go into a lot of artists that can decide that okay, I want to produce my song, I want to make the beats, or I want to even just the entire the entire process. All they know is that okay, let me write the song, then go into the booth and listen to the beat, then decide to sing or rap depending on what kind of musical artist they are. First, I would like to know this your song, this Ogove Bimi Sari, was it produced by you?
Yes, it was okay. I didn't make the beat. I was not the beat maker. The person I featured actually sent the instrumental to me and asked that we do something on it. You can see it's a collaborated song. It's not a single.
Yeah.
So yes, I recorded it. I recorded the song myself, and I did the final touching, but I was not the beat maker. I wasn't the person who made the instrumental for the song. So I
Okay.
just wrote the lyrics, and the other guy wrote his, and I produced it.
That was even my first introduction into your song, and I think I was even trying to listen back on some of your songs today and yesterday. And one thing I noticed is that for me, it's not like all. I'm one of the few people, which admittedly I will say this, that have less gospel music on their device or whatever streaming platforms they are listening to than than secular music. And the reason being, one of the reasons is that I think it's all about your ear taste. I can listen to gospel music if I'm going to the radio, just basically having to come across them. Then I can listen to them. I was like, oh, this is a nice song. But there's just a few of them that I can say that okay, I want to save them, I want to like them, I want to make sure that I download them or stuff like that. And that's because the way those songs are, the there's some songs that you listen to, especially in gospel, where you are immersed in this kind of reality. You are living in a different world entirely. You can go through this movie or go through this scenario just by listening to this song. And surprisingly, one of your songs, or most of your songs rather, have that same feeling for me because I was just listening to your songs back to back. The Pade
Wow.
Jesu, the Enujeje, Rest on Me, almost every single one of them. I was listening to everything back to back, and those songs have those kind of feeling for me where I can decide that okay, I want to listen to them over and over again because I love music. I don't really have a particular type of genre of music what I listen to, but I love music for the idea that they are giving this cinematic experience, and I think the question in this would be that is this the type the songs you produce, are they because of your own taste of the songs you listen to? Are they a result of that? Because if you're looking at so many people, especially when it comes to gospel, is that I think I've listened to so many gospel artists, and to have this idea in me where it's more how do I explain it? It's more like C and S kind of songs, but that's because of people I'm surrounded with. But I've also listened to a lot of artists where they give me this kind of I won't call it higher church or rich people church. It doesn't really matter. But what you listen to is what you decide to produce. At least for so many
Yeah.
people. So I think my own question would be for you is that is your own case a what I listen to I produce, or a kind of okay, this is what just coming to me and I feel like producing this kind of sound where it can change from soul music down to a more upbeat dance, or just something that like C and S kind. Is that for you, or which is it for you?
When I started initially, I told you about how dynamic my style is. I am not stuck with one style. It's about the what you listen to is what you deliver. It is not like that for me because sometimes I try to ask people that when you listen to me, who do you think I sound like? And they are unable to tell me one person that okay, they can relate to that. Okay, you sound a little bit like this person, and that is one thing I am after. That means the sound I'm actually releasing is very unique. All the music is very different. It's not something you cannot say. Okay, there's this artist that does like this exactly how you're doing it, and and I'm very grateful to God for that because the inspiration, of course, is from the Holy Spirit. It's not me just randomly coming up with something. I just when I just hear a good sound, or when I just um, when this kind of melodies just drops in my head, I just pick up my phone and record. And sometimes I'll have just two lines on my phone for days until I revisit some other time or another day, and I'll be able to complete the song. So I've had cases like that. So it is not really what they call it now, garbage in, garbage out, what you call it. So it's not as a result of the things that I've heard. But though yes, they have influence. Some of them have influence, but when you listen, you'll be able to tell that I can't point out who this person is sounding like. So it's not exactly that. So the case is just that.
Okay, we'll be running up very soon, but I'd like to ask you a few questions more.
Yeah.
One of the questions being, what are the gospel artists you look up to, and which of them would you want to end up featuring um, in the future, in the next, God knows when, very soon?
Yeah, I've never really thought of that. Honestly. Well, honestly, I don't have a specific one I listen to. I listen to a lot of them. I listen to, I listen to Jonathan McReynolds. I listen to Sasha Cobbs. I listen to Sinach. I listen to down to Nigerian artists. I listen to June Siriekon. I listen to Theophilus Sunday. I listen to Pastor Nobuji. I listen to Sumisola. You should know Sumisola. I listen to Sumisola. I listen to Paul Tominson. I listen to BBO. So basically, I listen to almost all the popular, um, all the popular gospel artists.
About who I'm looking forward to feature in the future, it would be nice to work with Gaze Baba. Actually, yeah, Gaze Baba has been on my mind for a while. Yeah, it would be a pleasure to work with him, and also Minister Dunsi Oyekon. Yes, him also. I think those two for now.
Okay, to audience listening, Dimimu has released a few songs. The last song he released was El Jeje, which is gentle yet fierce, fearsome one. He released it with Amos, AMOS. Then he released Paddy Jesu, then West on Me, and Tiolo, then
Is that
Twali.
say a
What's
lot?
what's it?
Shit, but
Okay, okay. There has been so many songs like that. So we want to know coming up like in the few months or very soon, what are the songs or how many songs or what projects can we expect that's coming up very soon?
well, in a few days from now, or maybe tomorrow, I'm dropping a single, and you should have been seeing the broadcast actually everywhere, posting everywhere. So it's the first who existed, the first who existed. So
Okay.
yeah.
So the title will be The First Who Existed. So for those who, in just in case when we release this, we expect to release this by Friday. So that would be Wednesday 11th. So you guys can go check Dimimu's on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, even Audiomack. He has a channel there, and that's where he released a song. So the song will have been released on Wednesday, 11th of March 2026. The first who existed, but in case this is going to be released on Friday, we're going to have to do the post production, then actually make it ready for release. So just in case you're just listening to it and you're expecting that when was that song or when will that song be released, it's not going to be tomorrow when you're listening to, but on Wednesday. So you guys can go check out that song. So I would love to say a big thank you to a big shout out to Dimimu for joining this conversation. Can you drop your social media handle so that people can listen to it? People can go check you out there.
Thank you. My social
Um,
media,
yes.
yeah, underscore Dimimu.
Okay, so you guys go check out underscore the memo across all social media platform, and I'm going to link that in description, whether you're seeing it on YouTube or Audiomark or wherever it is you're listening or watching on this particular videos. So this is Starting Line. He is the first guest we are having on this new edition of Starting Line. We're going to make it seasonal. We have so many upcoming creatives from different parts of the globe, and they're going to be giving you their own stories and how they get into the creative space and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check out Streamdorm. You guys can check out Start Online. I'm going to wait as a new podcast so that people can go check it out. It's going to be available on our music YouTube and music channels, and clips will be also available across all our social media platforms. I am Adidaya. You can check me out at The Real Boat on all social media platforms. And thank you for being part of Streamdom, and thank you for being part of our journey. And we do expect so you guys can be part of more episodes of Start and Line like this. I'm Adedayo, and thank you for being part of today's episode. Bye for now.